Dan, Snip3down. What a player. Some of those clips give me tingles looking at them.
He gives me tingles looking at him. I'm going to be honest. What a man. Like,
man.
He's got everything you could ever ask for, and we're lucky to have him at this event. We're lucky to have him back with Halo. Of course, he went other ways and he played different games, but, you know, Halo always reels him back in. I'm excited for this one, sure.
Snip3down on the end of that rod, getting reeled right the way back in.
Oh, yeah.
Wriggling Roz. Here he comes. But game one, our attentions very quickly turned to, speaking of fish, Aquarius. CTF, you spoke about last time, it being a 5-0. Spacestation have it all to do.
In favor of FaZe, yeah, I think that this is just one of those maps that really suits this FaZe clan roster. And, you know, it's a chance for bubu to get behind Spacestation, pull those flags, and Snip3down, Bound, Falcated just to slay all around it. But as I say that, bubu does go down first.
Snip3down picks up the camouflage, and something we've seen earlier in the tournament already is Spacestation struggling to get their hands on the power-ups, and it was to their detriment in the last time they played G1. So they really have to get a handle on those. And Snip3down just on patrol here, gets behind, loses him in the clouds, a little touch, and it's going to be a misplay there. Snip3down goes down.
Tried to just get the back whack and was hoping to be able to do enough to at least secure one of those kills. I do like the Spacestation were kind of holding hands, knowing that the camouflage was there. It was almost like they're walking through a haunted house and they were worried about the ghost that was going to pop out and scare them. But certainly, Spacestation have been able to get some early slays to make sure that FaZe Clan haven't got as much control in the early stages of this game that they might have thought they had.
You need to walk around the house with a crucifix and some salt in the doorways. Stop Snip3down because he can be a demon. Flag pull though, momentarily for SSG. And as I say that, Flazin does go down. 2 members down now for Spacestation. Bubu on the other side of things, waiting to get back involved in the game. And there he is, right back into things. But camouflage under 40 seconds or so. The first one, null and void.
Really important that either team just tries to prioritize holding this car side of the map that Falcated currently finds himself. If you can push yourself into your opposition's pistol room, you get so much control, but a big kill there from Flazin, a man who I did highlight earlier. I think that he is really key to this Spacestation roster.
Snip3down. What can he do? 1v1 with Ace, and he thinks the better of it. Scampers away towards bot middle, getting called out the whole time, and Ace has been struggling all tournament long in these pools, and we're seeing just why, just not making those decisions. It's just not clicking with him. It's
a difficult one with Ace because he's another one of those objective mind players who is prepared to do the dirty work here or there, but he did struggle a little bit in the series which we saw earlier on A stream when they went down to Fnatic. There was times where he only had a few kills and the rest of the team were all 10+, but he does put himself in those vulnerable positions sometimes.
Vulnerable once more, out towards front base, trying to do as much damage as he can. Scampers away once again, and bubu in hot pursuit puts Ace in the dirt. We're seeing Bound get a kill in the feed as well. Flazin goes down. Ziyon, last man alive, over towards this P side. Does get a pivotal 1v1 here, but the collapse is coming through. Snip3down gets that kill with the heat wave. Could be a 1-0 lead.
Look at that from Snip3down though. Rather than just, you know, continuing to hold the heat wave and look to push for more kills, he knows how important it is to get that flag across the map. The responsibility was his, and the flag capture will go in. So FaZe, even though they started a little bit slow, all it took was 1 round of slays. It shows how efficient they are with their objective work.
First blood, FaZe Clan. Back-to-back camouflages. Once again, the old Achilles heel of Spacestation just cannot get a handle on it. Flazin getting burnt and roasted to a crisp as he gets evaporated once more. Bubu also puts Ziyon in the grave with the help of that heat wave to boot. Snip3down though, he's looking menacing right now.
Really interesting from Snip3down as well. Like, he got that initial heat wave shot, but he recognized he was behind in the fight, so he just got out of there. He had support, he had the call, and he's just staying alive right now because this heat wave can do so much damage even from a distance that Snip3down knows he has so many kills in his hands right now. And who else but bubu to get that flag moving. He got behind the base, he got a 1 kill, and then actually Snip3down allowed him to combine with that, and suddenly there's just so much control for FaZe, and you can see why in scrims they won this 5-0 already.
Killing spree locked in for Snip3down, and he's got more menace in his eyes, looking to turn his attentions over towards Fridge. Ace getting caught unawares, that player in the back, backstab. Tylenul, last man alive here for Spacestation, but Snip3down's in your base, you gotta get him out of there.
Yeah, that's the thing, you want to kind of overextend and you want to get some control of the areas, but you know full well that Snip3down's just going to be destroying you from behind, and you've got to make sure that you don't allow him to just freely be able to push and run into this base time and time again, and then grab a camo for free. Spacestation, all 4 dead, they're struggling.
Spacestation, no influence on the map once more. Snip3down has the flag, gonna walk it home, not even receiving a shot. Picks up the camouflage for free. 3 camouflages in a row here for FaZe.
Yeah, and he just holds onto that camo as well. He knows he didn't need to pop it, and now he's gonna be a nuisance. And Snip3down, on the verge of maybe even a frenzy-type play right now, but unfortunately walks into 2 players from Spacestation, so no talk of frenzies right now. Instead, we'll focus on the fact that it's 3-0 in favor of FaZe, and Spacestation, similarly to how they've played throughout this entire Friday, just not able to be in the right positions to stop these flags from being moved.
It's important to note as well, with this position that Spacestation are in, they'll be heading straight into the lower bracket, Dan. Elimination time. They lose one more series, they're out of the tournament.
So they will be in the lower bracket with 3 other teams who have also finished 4th. So then you play for top 12 once you're in that lower bracket, and then you would play, of course, one of the teams dropping down from winners bracket in the round afterwards. And, you know, with Spacestation playing the way they've been playing, it worries me a little bit. Is top 12 kind of their cap with what I've seen so far? It's difficult now. You watch them against FaZe, who arguably, you know, a top 2 team, if not top 3, top 4, depending on where Sentinels are going to roll in this event. But certainly, from what I'm seeing in the early stages of this game, it's all FaZe Clan right now, as another flag being moved, but at least someone's there to stop it this time.
It's scary to see SSG coming into this tournament 7th seed and unable to win a single series thus far. Down 3-0 in the game here on Aquarius, and FaZe not showing any signs of mercy here, Dan.
Down 3-0, down bad. Spacestation just... I mean, there's going to be questions asked, right? An org like Spacestation, who are so supportive and behind their players, they won't want to, you know, encourage any sort of changes or anything like that. So get that out of your mind. Instead, it's what they need to do to look to improve as a roster. What's been going wrong for them? They don't seem like they're on the same page right now. They're not the same Spacestation that I've been seeing in some online tournaments where they have had good performances. And maybe it's just because other teams are stepping up that little bit extra here on that.
It does appear as though they're very much disjointed. They don't seem to be on the same page like you speak about, and could that simply be put down to the way the first game gone? As we look at Snip3down once more, he's got the camouflage again. Is he spawning with this thing?
It does seem like that. I know. Can we check Eric Rona's Xbox right now? Is there anything going wrong?
Pat that man down. Can I pat him down?
No, I don't think that's appropriate, and I think that Eric Rona's bodyguards would ensure that doesn't happen. If you didn't know, Eric does walk around with at least 3 bodyguards at all times to ensure that people like Jersey don't come up asking for signatures and stuff like that. Like, you know these fans, you know what they're like.
Yeah, quite positive. I love a bit of Eric Rona, so I do. But we're looking now over towards his fridge area. Ace caught with his pants down in the fridge. Must be hungry.
And it's cold in there, so that's the last place you want to be, if I'm completely honest. Falcated should be able to pop this one in. It should be 4-0, will be 4-0. And Spacestation, I mean, at this point, I would love to be like, you know, maybe there's a chance for Spacestation. Maybe they can get back into this. Maybe we can see a huge comeback. It has to start now. I want to see a flag cap, and I want this one to be perfect. I want no mistakes, and then I will consider a comeback being possible.
No fumbles here. What can FaZe do on the opposite side of things? First time they've really relinquished control of the map. 2 kills do go in favor of Spacestation. So the door is open just a touch. It's a crack. There's not much hope, but there is some.
There you go. There's the flag, and that's as simple as that. That looked so easy for Spacestation, but it was kicked off by a counter cap. Really, FaZe Clan, they put the flag in, and because of that, a player was out of position, and just like that, 3 are now dead for Spacestation. Bubu's back in the base.
Here's Bubu looking to put a bow on it here. Not quite a complete 5-0. SSG did score at least 1 flag cap, so small signs of improvement if nothing else. Bubu does go down. Snip3down has the camouflage again.
I don't know how he's so comfortably getting this, but he should be in a position to do enough to stop the players moving up and get in a position to shoot this flag. Is that flag still moving?
Flag's down for the moment. Has just been scored. FaZe 5-1. Game 1. What a performance out of them. Exclamation point, rubber stamping.
And I think, even though I was talking about for SSG, you know, it's important for them to try and get a result here against FaZe so that they can scare the other competitors. It's also very important that FaZe don't stumble on this matchup. They don't want to make themselves appear weak on the other side of things. So they need to ensure they do walk away with a 3-0 here against Spacestation, because otherwise, teams like Optic, teams like Cloud9, United are going to say, hey, well, I mean, if they struggle against SSG, surely this is going to be a comfortable one.
We look at the stats then. Snip3down getting 14, but bubu dubu, we spoke about how he's an objective, focused player. He was the main slayer in that game.
As you'd expect from any member of this roster, but maybe not from bubu dubu.
Yes.
I was highlighting that he's the objective guy, right? And he's going to be doing all that objective work.
Give him the flag.
I tell you what, Snip3down turned into the objective player slash the camo player slash the heatwave player. It seemed like he always had everything that you could possibly ask for. That was the perfect game to be a part of. That's one of those ones that, you know, you jump into a game of matchmaking and you're like, oh, I've got a heatwave. Yeah. Hey, the camo's there. Oh. My teammates are actually calling out. And my teammates are getting kills.
I'm going to win this game.
I think that's what Eric Renner feels like at all times.
I think Camo Down is probably what his name was in that last game. Such was his dominance and control of the thing. I think it was spawning in his base. It's the only explanation as to why he got it for free every single time. But 5-1 confirmation of Aquarius CTF's game. FaZe looking so good. It's an interesting point you raise. Slayer recharges their game too. They want to do this win in a quick 3-0 fashion and look damn good doing it. No blood in the water.
They want to get back to the hotel.
Yes.
Get into the pool.
Food.
Enjoy a little bit of the Anaheim sunshine. It is bloody boiling out here.
I want no more sunshine.
I mean, you're an Irish man, very pasty Irish man, may I add. I am very ginger.
Yes.
So that combination and the sunshine here does not work out. However, for FaZe, they've got a little bit more of a lax situation. Snip3down wants to get some updates on his tan. He wants to get a little bit of food in. So let's wrap up this series is what they're saying. But first they've got to get game 2. And we know how Slayers can go. Jersey. Sometimes the team who's not maybe performing as well throughout the tournament might be able to sneak one in. The last time they played against each other was a 50-48 in favor of FaZe. So there's definitely a chance here for SSG.
And we're well underway now, but unfortunately 2 kills have gone the way of FaZe Clan. He's also got the shock rifle, has Eric Rona, and he's looking to fry some hairs.
Manages to get away with the grapple as well. You can see how he not just prioritized the shock rifle, but ensured he got a grapple so that he could get out of that situation. Because you do leave yourself in a vulnerable spot when you pick up that shock rifle. So you've got to be prepared to either take a fight or just get your head down and get out of dodge. And now that Snip3down does control the shock rifle, Spacestation, they're going to be quivering in their boots.
Fight or flight instinct kicked in. Snip3down removes himself from the equation. 2 members go down, then you can immediately see him put the brakes on, stick it into reverse. Tries to get that shot, lands the body. Ziyon and Ace, a combination of the 2, do back down 2 members of FaZe, but a frag grenade lands the feet of Snip3down to eliminate him from the consequence.
That's such a huge grenade as well. Elsewhere, Ace has been able to pick up the sword, but gets shut down immediately, and just like that, Spacestation 1, 2, 3 members fall, and they're trying to find that last member of Ziyon. He's having a little merry dance bottom elevator, but eventually will fall. You can see how desperately Snip3down wanted to escape with the shock rifle, by the way. In that package we watched before the game, it was all about Eric sniping, how good he is with the sniper rifle. The shock rifle is the closest thing you're going to get to a sniper rifle here on this map, and certainly it is going to be deadly in some players' hands, especially Eric Rona's.
Shock rifle in the back pocket of bubu dubu, coming off the back of an impressive performance in game 1, 17 kills. Not to be shaken a stick at by any means or stretch of the imagination. Controlling bottom tower, shoots that shot in anger, doesn't manage to land the body, but will give the information to that player that exactly where he's positioned. Opts not to go for the repulsor this time. Fires a couple of shots, and also tries to evade the attentions of that player. Enough to bait and switch a touch, but 2 members go down apiece. It's 14 kills to 9 in favor of FaZe.
Something I will say about Ace, and I know that we pointed out that he did struggle at times in the previous series against Fnatic earlier, but in Slayers, he really does seem to be the core of Spacestation. Without him, I do feel like they'd struggle even more. There's something about his mentality of how he approaches a game, maybe because there isn't an objective on that, so he doesn't feel like he has to do too much. He can just focus on slays. He's so important. His Bound should be able to pick up that kill, and does.
I want to liken Ace right now in the tournament to one man, Buzz Lightyear. Let me follow you with the reference, and let me tell you why.
All right.
In the start of Toy Story 1, you remember he takes his mask down and he's got no air. That's exactly what seems to be happening to Ace at the moment in this tournament. There's plenty of time for him to turn it around, but it has to be here and now for confidence alone.
I mean, Toy Story goes all the way to what? Toy Story 4? Is there a 5?
Probably 7 at this point.
There's a lot of Toy Stories. So,
old.
I mean, and we're old. Ace is old. Like, he's been around the block. This isn't his first rodeo, right? He's been in these situations. He's been down. He's been in tournaments where his team's not been performing, but then he's come back in a lower bracket. But Snip3down having a little duel with those in long haul. Spacestation find themselves 9 kills behind. And with a 9-kill advantage, you'd be expecting FaZe to be able to move on from this and maybe make even that gap even bigger.
Falcated's got the shock rifle now. Historically, he's been the man on FaZe to do the most damage. He's been the damage dealer, the top fragger. At the moment, 2 members go down, make it 3. Falcated last man alive, lines that shot with Tylenul, but gets shut down. 25 kills to 18, a 7-kill game.
Yeah, at least they've managed to come back into it ever so slightly, Spacestation. They just need that one little power move, don't they? That power swing in their favor by getting 4 down. Maybe this could be it, because 2 players have been eliminated so far, but Ziyon having to back out of that fight. And this is a good time to get a round of slays as well, with the camouflage coming up. If you can get a couple of slays, get that camouflage, push in on your advantage, suddenly that could be a 25-24 game.
Falcated out towards Pizza, trying to back down. Ziyon does just that. Snip3down gets the kill, turns 1-2, double kill. Camouflage just popped up 4 seconds ago. Nobody's got their hands on it just yet. Bubu's going to make the first move. He's going to blink first. Gets the kill onto Ace as well. The game's starting to swing. It's a 9-kill game. Camouflage with bubu.
I wouldn't have been surprised if Eric had shot bubu there and said, that's my camouflage. Do you not remember? I had it so much. And bubu will delay that camo to the point he can pick up the sword, and now he can be the true predator here. This is terrifying if you are a member of SSG. Lurking in the waters, he's going to strike.
Uh-oh. Here comes trouble. Obviously used the battle rifle this time. Not much life left in this camouflage. Has to get busy now. Lurking in the shadows. Trying to identify some players. Knows the pipes is almost completely clean. Ace is going to lose his life. Goes down. Hack and slash. 1 kill for the camouflage, but sword has been secured.
And he gained so much information with that camo as well. I know he was searching for that kill, but all the areas where he was checking, where he was pushing, he could eliminate the factor of there being any team there or any players there. It's going to be a double for bubu. Tries to escape, cannot escape, but then Snip3down says, oh, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Happy Hanukkah. Doesn't matter, I've got an absolute present and gift here. Shock rifle, and we're going to see Eric finally putting that shock rifle to work.
Shock rifle, sword, pipe set up for Snip3down. All the ingredients he needs to bake a murder pie.
A murder pie?
Murder pie.
What does a murder pie taste like?
Death.
Okay, you caught me off guard there. I thought I was going to be able to throw you.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be ones you could go, I don't really know, but yeah, murder pie does taste like death.
Death.
What does death taste like?
Awful.
No, awful. Yeah, it probably does, to be honest. 39-31. And again, that kind of 8-9 kill gap that FaZe were able to create during the early periods of this game has never really been closed by Spacestation.
Oh, a whiffaroo.
A whiffaroo, 41-32. This is looking like it's probably going to be 2-0 unless we see something magnificent now from Spacestation.
Ace trying to repulse the ghosts in the shadows. Nothing there. He's trying to cast something back to the Shadow Realm. I don't know what sort of ghosts and ghoulies are over towards pipes, but nothing doing for FaZe. Swords transferred once more. 44 kills. Bound's got the camouflage too. They only need 6 more kills. Spacestation are so far out of this right now.
Yeah, and you've got to look at their ability to pick up these power-ups because they weren't able to get any camouflages on Aquarius. They've not been getting them here on Recharge either. I think their focus just has to be on trying to prioritize things at the same time. They seem to be all over the spot right now. It's another double kill for Snip3down, and this is just a field day for these players.
Only 3 more kills then, and they will be on series point. Trades come through. Tylenul, Ace get a couple, but Ace loses his life in the process. FaZe only require 2 more kills. It won't come in the shape of bubu getting a slay, but Bound set up towards back elevator. Ziyon has no idea he's there. Pre-nades now onto the floor, gets the information. He's positioned below him, but how quick is Bound to scamper out of danger? I love that from him, respecting the fact that although they only need 2 kills, Dan, they don't need to get it quite right now.
Well, there's going to be one of them, and this could be the second as well. Close things out. A dagger to the heart, or to the forehead, whichever way you want to see it. 50-39, and FaZe do put themselves on series point in quite an emphatic fashion, it has to be said. They looked so comfortable there on Recharge Slayer. They were able to pick up the shock rifles, the camouflages, the swords, whatever you wanted. The goodies were there. It was like they were walking into a Woolworths and they were getting a pick-a-mix. Not many people will know what Woolworths is, but you do.
I don't.
You don't even know what Woolworths is?
It's some sort of UK shop. Yes,
it was once a shop that did like pick-a-mix stuff.
Okay.
In equivalent, they walked into Target and they got a pick-a-mix.
Okay.
Does Target do pick-a-mix? We don't know. I don't know if Target do pick-a-mix. Do you know what pick-a-mix is?
Jellies.
Sweets.
Candies.
Yeah, loads of sweets, and then you get a bag, and then you put it in. Basically, that's what FaZe were doing. They was like, oh, a sword. Oh, we're going to get a little grapple. Oh, a camouflage. Or, you can put it your way, a murder pie.
Murder pie.
And we've got different...
People love murder pie.
Sweets.
Or hate murder pie.
Murder pies.
Murder pies.
Anyway, game 3.
I'm a value pack, actually, murder pie.
Anyway, game 3.
Yeah, game 3.
He's worrying me with all this murder pie talk.
Kill.
I'm locking my hotel door tonight.
Absolutely. As a safe
Not that I usually lock it. It's not like I leave it open.
You just leave it open for anybody to walk in at any point.
At any point. The maids are like, hello, and they lock it for me. Oddball Streets is going to be game 3. And let's be honest, let's not beat around the bush.
Don't. Please
You'd
don't.
imagine that FaZe should be able to comfortably take it with the way they've been playing. I would like to say that last time they played against each other on scrims, it went in favor of SSG, which it did. So maybe there is a little glimmer of hope. If SSG say, hey, look, we've won this before, we've won Live Fire Strongholds, which is game 4 as well. Let's not go out of these pools with our heads so low that everyone is just going to expect a victory for us. Let's go out with our heads held high and at least get one map off of FaZe.
Do not go out on a whimper. Don't go gentle into that good night. Get at least a win here up against FaZe to try and steer your career back on course here. Here we go, though, through the eyes and ears of Bubu Dubu as he sets himself towards Neon.
We'll take a fight initially, and what a starting strategy that is from FaZe. They were able to not only pick up 2 kills, but also the rockets, and are now going to get ball control. That is exactly everything you could ask for when it comes to a starting strategy. And maybe this could be already the beginning of the end.
It's the beginning of the end, my friend. Ball in the hand. Red gun for Falcated 2. For those extended sightlines to do maximum damage. Not quite safe in his surroundings, recognizing that the push could eventually come through at any point here. And with good reason. Tylenul's positioned right behind him.
And look at this setup at the moment. It's like a really off-meta setup, as it were. As Falcated gets a double. Could be even more here as well!
Do it!
Triple for Falcated. And oh my. Spacestation came a knocking, and Falcated shot every single one of them out. What I was going to say about setup-wise, FaZe didn't kind of put it towards tower. They didn't put it towards station. They held it Neon, and they made it work.
Somehow, some way, as the Bulldog takes 3 bites out of Flazin and gets the job done. Killing spree secured for Falcated 2. Bubu Dubu with the ball in his hand, 55 seconds. Doesn't even have to have a single kill, Dan. Bubu Dubu is on top right now.
It's amazing to think that SSG were able to win this one 2-0 in scrims, but this is why you don't necessarily look at every single scrim result, because when you're playing 13 games sometimes, there are always going to be sometimes where you drop the ball, and I don't mean to use that as a pun.
Play ball.
But certainly you're going to have times where you get a little bit tired here or there. And FaZe, even though they may have lost this in a scrim against Spacestation, this is LAN. This is tournament. This is where you want to make sure you assert your dominance. You want to show what you're made of. As there's already 77 points on the board. It feels like they picked the ball up and they haven't dropped it yet.
Put this into perspective. Spacestation right now are playing a 4v3. Bubu Dubu hasn't had to drop the ball. He hasn't had a single kill yet. But they're winning the game 87 seconds. They only require 13.
Bubu's really padding those objective stats. I don't like this. I think he should drop it. He should get some kills. Otherwise, you know, this is unfair. He's just padding the stats once more. 97's going to tick up. That is one of the easiest rounds of Oddball.
What are we seeing?
I have ever seen. Spacestation, they're down. They're out. This is such a struggle.
Bubu Dubu has just goosed in round 1.
And they won 100 to 0.
And they won 100 to 0. It doesn't make any sense. Can Spacestation bounce back in round 2? Are their control pads already down?
Are they already thinking about the Anaheim sunshine? Are they already thinking about dinner? Is the sun even still out? It's 6 o'clock. Probably not.
Probably not.
I will say that even though there's a lot of sun here, the sun does go down very quickly.
She sets. She gets out there.
In California. She's
That's
like,
to do.
here's loads of sun!
Yeah.
Bye. Well, I like that. I think that's nice, because then it reduces the heat. Anyway, speaking of heat, FaZe Clan are bringing it. Spacestation are not. A-Stone might be able to reignite their hopes with the rockets here.
If you can't handle the heat, get out of Anaheim. That's what we have to say to Spacestation right now, is they have not been able to handle any team thus far. No team has been handled by Spacestation. They're up in space. That's what's happened to them. They're freezing cold up there.
And for FaZe Clan, I mean, they've demonstrated in that previous round the perfect starting strategy, the ability to hold an off-meta setup, and then also to move it towards station and have the perfect setup. They had a little bit of everything there. Spacestation are doing a lot better of not allowing FaZe to get the ball time right now, and by God, we've seen a second point by Spacestation. So, you know, maybe we could see something, because, you know, I look at this SSG roster. Tylenul, one of my favorite players to watch. Ace, historically, such a huge name throughout Halo 3. Flazin, one of the biggest damage dealers throughout Pro Series. And Ziyon, every single series, he is always doing something that impresses me. But they're just not clicking today, and it's worrying.
I know how Spacestation can win this game. Hear me out. We're right next door to Universal, the home of Harry Potter. All they need to do is grab the golden snitch.
If only it were that simple.
Yeah.
Just a little golden snitch hidden on the map, and it doesn't matter. You pick it up and you win, and that takes us to a game 4. You know, I'd love to see it, and maybe it is something magical, something miraculous that Spacestation need, because when you look at this game at its deepest value, the structure of FaZe Clan has been so strong, and even though in this period of time where we're kind of making a little bit of joke and Spacestation are getting some kills on the board, they're still not finding enough time to suggest to me there's the chance of a comeback here. They're 1 round down, and they're probably lucky that ball has gone to a round format now, because if it hadn't, I think FaZe Clan could have won 250-0 if you go back to old ball times.
I just feel like in round 2, FaZe haven't had to get into second gear just yet. They could turn it on at the flick of a switch. But Rocket's in the hand of Ace. 24 seconds, they're starting to rack up some points. Bubu dubu over towards Cafe in a world of hurt. Gets taken down by Flazin this time. Showing signs of life now. They've got a little bit of control. They've got a tower set up for the moment as Ziyon falls to the hands of Bound using that disruptor. Not a weapon we see too much, but it does decay over time.
Yeah, and of course it can chain together as well. If there is a group of people, and FaZe, you know, they do like to sometimes go hand in hand into combat, and you can tag them both up with damage similar to a sizzle stick. Oh, I said it. That's the quote. It's one of those things that you made me say. He doesn't pay me, but no. I think he should. He also made me wear this darn t-shirt. Anyway.
Forced it on him. He tried to put it on backwards, and I had to try and correct it. But here we go. 39 points, make it 40. Almost over towards that halfway threshold as Tylenul starting to heat up now. Go for the overkill, my son. Lock it in.
Cannot quite punch in the overkill, but this is what you need to see individually. We need to see Spacestation step up in these moments. And you know what? They're halfway to winning this round. And all it takes is getting that 1 round aboard, someone on Spacestation to look at each other and say, guys, let's wake up. Let's actually show what we're made of. We've beaten these guys in scrims on these game types. Let's show up here and now and make sure that we at least get 1 map off of FaZe Clan.
Only requiring now 36 seconds. That is the quick math. Look at that.
Look at you.
I can do things sometimes. Spacestation down 2 members though. FaZe with a full complement very shortly with Bound about to come off the respawn screen. He's having a very, very good game. 10 kills for him and only 2 for Eric Rona. Yeah,
and I think you hit the nail on the head when you said FaZe Clan could, you know, turn up that gear whenever they needed to. Like, I think it almost looks like they've got their feet up at this point. They're 2-0 up in the series. They won that first round so comfortably, they're probably thinking, oh, well, Spacestation have given up, so we don't really need to try. But maybe now they've realized, you know, Spacestation are going to at least put up a fight. They're not just going to roll over and show their belly. As Falcated gets another set of rockets, gets the 360 for the double. And actually, I think he might have even secured another kill there. But more ball time being found by FaZe Clan. They seem to be getting back into it.
Back tower setup then. Snip3down with hands on the ball. Doing what he can for his team to just push them over that finish line. Bubu dubu defending red with his life. Tylenul comes through, doesn't get the trade, does Bubu dubu. Tylenul gets the better of him there. It's a 2v1 against Snip3down. He's going to opt to drop that ball, try and secure that kill on the Tylenul, who gets himself out of dodge but comes back for more. And Snip3down says, no, in the respawn screen, son.
Snip3down seems to have been the thorn in the side of Tylenul, and somehow Snip3down continues to get kills here. He really is a joy to watch, as it has been this entire FaZe roster. It has to be said, there is so much to look at with how they've structured their games here, from starting strategy to setups. There's been everything you could ask for from a team. Surely not. Surely not!
A killing spree for Snip3down as he locks it in. That man's turned up and he's ready to go home right here, right now, and send Spacestation packing.
FaZe Clan on their way to being 3-0 in this group, putting themselves into winners bracket round 2. That's what you get for winning your pool. You get a bye in winners bracket round 1. You can sit back, you can chill. You don't have to get up as early. Get those extra few hours of sleep as that ball is once more in the hands of FaZe Clan.
Bound, positioned over towards back commando. Falcated's got the Bulldog on a leash and ready to unleash it on the next opponent that comes in the front door. Unfortunately though, Bound has lost his life, as has Bubu dubu. Ball's been dropped, and you see Falcated just trying to weigh up his options. Unfortunately for him, timing not in his favor. Flazin gets that kill. 25 seconds now. All that's required for Spacestation to tie up this oddball game.
Yeah, did FaZe Clan leave this one a little bit too late? 3 members currently dead. And off the spawn, they need 1 last successful push to try and stop Spacestation from tying it up.
Oh, rocket launcher though. Fresh. 2 in the chamber. Unfortunately for him, he's positioned in the wrong place. Snip3down meets the brunt force of that rocket. Another one for Bubu dubu. See you later, pal. 1-1 this oddball game. Spacestation. Okay, I see it.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered. I'm so happy that we've seen that, because it did look after round 1 like Spacestation were just giving up. But they say, no, let's make a series of it. And there's no reason now why they can't actually come back and get a victory on this map and push themselves into a map 4. Another map where they've found success in scrims. This series is not over just yet, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you tune out and change your stream. think we've got to watch on, because there is still something to be said for the Space Station roster.
Don't touch that dial. Dan spoke about it before the game. Space Station have won this before in scrims 2-0. But what can FaZe Clan do now? Winning the first one so convincingly, so comfortable. Did they take their foot off the gas in round 2?
I feel like they did. I feel like they probably thought it was going to be an easy ride, but instead it really wasn't. Space Station came out to play. But are we now going to see FaZe Clan kind of wake up, lean forward that little bit further, elbows on the knees with the pad in hand, as already we've seen 20 seconds on the board for Bound here. Is it going to be another one of those rounds where Space Station are just unable to break the setup? And if Eric Runner's doing that, it might just be.
Oh, and one player slid right past them. Going to be Ace, but gets the kill in the end, but traded out by bubu dubu. 33 seconds of unanswered ball time here. Pinch going to come through towards Cafe. Tylenul trying to get a stop at least. But unfortunately, you're just going to see FaZe Clan rotate that ball away, Dan.
Space Station are unable to catch FaZe Clan right now. FaZe are just moving around the map together and almost ushering the Space Station into any direction they would like, but they'll at least see Tylenul take down Bound. So that ball time's going to be stopped. Tylenul gets a double, and now FaZe Clan, they've lost 3.
Snip3down loses his life. Ball will transition now for the first time in the round back over towards Space Station. Rocket's going to pop in 20 seconds or so. Bound getting a couple of shots in his back as he runs in towards C. Tram Station, but just like that, 3 members go down. Tylenul, last man alive.
And he's dead. 4 dead. 50 seconds already on the board. Falcated's got hold of the ball, and now they're just watching for spawn. Notice how he was checking all those angles. I think they would have got information now. Station is going to be the spawn. The collapse could be there, but Snip3down just gets caught out slightly.
63 seconds then to 9. To put it in perspective, FaZe Clan, 1 oddball round away from being top of their group, securing first seed and a bye, and going straight to winners round 2 come tomorrow. A rocket goes down though. Tylenul has trying to put a spanner in the works, get the double kill with those rockets.
As we said, Tylenul has still impressed me. I mean, individually, there are still players on this Space Station roster that I'm like, you know what, they're really chuffing good at this game. It's just they've not clicked today. But thankfully, it is just pool play, and yeah, okay, they most likely are going to be starting in lower bracket tomorrow, but that is still a chance to get back into the tournament. That is still a chance to have that elimination bracket run. But 32 seconds on the board, there's still a chance that they can actually get back into this series.
Okay then. Over towards Arcade. 2 members of Space Station getting tagged up all the while. Trades come through. Bound to Snip3down, pick up 2. Tylenul does get a trade on the way out to take down Snip3down. But Falcade's got the ball over towards Arcade. They only need 20 more seconds. Bubu Dubu playing escort here, putting down shots for his teammate just to keep him nice and safe and comfy as he makes his transition back over towards Tram. Tylenul's going to take down Bound, which is going to make this push a little easier as Falcade also gets a kill. Bubu Dubu answers back onto Tylenul. 3 dead now for Space Station. FaZe only need 11 seconds.
Ball's in a bit of an awkward area, otherwise that probably could have been game right there, but Space Station off spawn now can all charge to at least try and contest it, but one more set of slays, this is probably going to be game, set, and match.
You have one more push. It has to come here and now. Tylenul gets 1 kill on the Bound. Do FaZe just bait this ball now? They have so much time to play with. This push is coming through B stairs. 3 dead momentarily though. FaZe go down. Space Station need to make the most of this. Rocket's going to come up in 25 seconds or so.
It's not out of the realms of possibility. Ziyon just has to be careful that he doesn't leave himself exposed from too many angles. As he says, as I say that, bubu does drill him from bottom middle. These rockets are very important, and Space Station know that, and there has been 3 kills go their way. Could be 4 here, which it will. Tell you what, Space Station, they're still scoring, and all 4 members of FaZe Clan are down. FaZe just need to group up here, Richie. They just need that 1 spawn, all pushed together. But the trouble is, there's going to be a rocket launcher on the other side.
Rocket launcher then, patrolling. Rolling, shoots 1 flare, does Tylenul, nothing with smoke with that one, and he goes down. Rockets are falling. And will the defense fall too? Is that going to be the punch and a hole in the armor now? Ball dropped over towards red. Falcate's got that rocket to play with now. He fires it in anger, gets 1 kill with the help of a melee to secure it. Ball is still down. Zion's got it in his hands, chucking it up back up towards Commando to keep it out of the hands of FaZe. 3 dead for Space Station. Tylenul, last man alive.
Did they get that ball out of position? No, they didn't. That should be it now. I mean, there's just nothing Space Station can do, surely.
Count us down then. 3, 2, 1. Game, set, and match. The complete clean sweep for FaZe Clan. They win 3-0 in the series, 2-1 in the oddball. Flawless.
It was a very comfortable series for FaZe. We know it, you know it, they know it, Space Station know it, but at least Space Station were able to get that 1 round on the board in Streets Oddball. I thought thought for maybe just a little bit there was going to be a slight comeback potential, certainly in that game, and maybe there was going to be one map for Spacestation, but more misery, more woe for SSG. But for FaZe, it's an entirely different story. They seem to be on top of their game. They dominated this pool, as they should have, and will find themselves in Winners Bracket 2 now, as they get a bye from Winners Round 1, with the way that they won that pool.
Looking at the stats, we highlighted earlier in the day, Falcated, just how good he is. 28 kills, Dan, 19 deaths, instrumental, and why they won that oddball game.
It's just such an impressive roster. 7k damage as well for Falcated. You've got to be impressed. But on the other side, Tylenul, 7.5k. I mean, he was coming out to play. A really nice triple kill as well.
I want to also highlight bubu dubu. Okay, didn't get a single kill in the first round, had the ball the entire game, still managed to put up 6,000 damage.
Yeah, a very impressive set of rounds afterwards. And, you know, he had a really fun round 1 where he just held on to the ball for the entire time.
Game.
Just kind of watching. He's probably there eating some snacks, saying, okay, you guys do the rest of the work. He got 1 assist. So at one point, he certainly did something.
He dropped the ball, shot once, and picked it up again.
You imagine that was probably the case.